Yeah, this is like bucket 8, so it's all in the door there. Was able to push that bale back more.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So we got some equipment we got to move today. We got to pick up that bale that I destroyed. Got to go back over to the rented ground. That round bale that was in the middle of the field, I did end up moving it. I thought the tractor had a flat tire. I was sitting sideways, but it doesn't. So that bale spear worked awesome. It did sprinkle a little bit this morning, so I'd like that bale in the barn here, and then I can feed it out some as we go. Just because it's broken, use it for bedding. And well, the crops are off the field, so that means something else. But appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel. So glad, so thankful for good people that helped me get the grass off and clean the fields up. We could have chopped it again. Yes, we need to go get the chopper. We got to see our timing here, but at the same point, that gave some income to myself, and at the same time then I didn't have it in storage. So the income, yeah, some income's nice when you're on your first year of farming. So alrighty, let's dive into it. It might get a little western here. You ready to go? Let's go, bud. We got one bale. That was a round bale that was left from the previous farmer in that field, and it was right in the middle of the field. Go on. And I moved it to the edge yesterday. But I want to move it right out of there. There's no point in pushing it in their hedgerow. I have a bunch of bales around that at some point they'll rot enough and we can spread them on the fields as compost. So moving forward on this property here, we got a soil sample and figure out exactly what we got to deal with. Especially in the corn. We didn't do that in the spring because we were so late. But the plan is to seed that back down, have everything over here, all grass. Probably gonna have to no-till something into here, see what we can do as far as getting better quality out of here. Granted, that was first cutting that we took off, and it was late, so weeds grow up through it. None of this except for the clover had really good feed value on it. And the clover got tedded so much that you lost a lot of it and it was just more stems. So I'm excited that it's off. And the fields are cleaned up now, and hopefully second over here, when we're doing third, will be a lot better. What are you doing? You hot in here? I know, we gotta get the AC fixed. It is definitely gonna rain. Everything's so windy. So it'll be a good day to tinker around. But corn's looking good. That will probably get taken off as silage. Still working on figuring out a rotary mower so we can mow, clean up all the edges, get everything nice. Take pride in what you got. But that's why we are over here, because this round bale here was sitting in the middle of the field just rotting away. Even though nobody could see it, it bothered me. Alrighty, we'll grab that, go put it in our mulch pile out back. A little rough right through there. I might actually see if this bale's any good, use it for bedding. That is the one good thing about round bales. The outside can rot away and the inside's still good. I don't know how, probably a year old or so. I guess we'll see. That might be my plan. It is dry enough inside of it that it will be good for bedding. So I'm going to see if I can tuck it into the barn. And then we'll put the hay up there that I can feed in front of it. Then we'll have some, make our lives a little easier. as I'd like it. Let's see what I can do. I would like to flip it up actually. That might be really. Oop, that's not what we want to do. That works. Let's go take, actually we gotta move some bales. I don't want to take this spear off if I'm gonna use it again, so I'm gonna move those bales, put those good bales on pallets. Well, it's getting wet, so I'm glad all the bales are put away, stacked everything. We gotta go get that hay up there, and we're gonna feed that out for ourselves pretty quickly. Yeah, not ideal, but better off. So, all the fields are cleaned right up. Now that it's gonna rain some, they'll start growing right back. So, name of the game. I don't know if I'm gonna put any fertilizer. I gotta figure that out. If it makes sense on paper for right now or not. There's a lot more hay in one of those bales than you ever think. I wish I had the grapple bucket rigged up. That would have helped probably some. Could have grabbed on. Somebody did ask why you don't, multiple times, why I don't use the grapple bucket to move bales. You'd break every single string. And then once the strings are broken, you're doing what I'm doing right now, which is embarrassing. But yeah, this is like bucket 8, so it's all in the door there. I was able to push that bale back more. Let me pick this up and then we'll be done with this project, which, yeah, wasn't that much fun. Freaking deer, just stop eating the corn. Oh, so update on some of this corn. This is the same rows we walked in last time, a couple days ago. The later stuff that germinated late, still, it's kicking along, but yeah, the other stuff is over my head now. Roots are looking good, shading out things. Next year's spray program, we got to be a little bit more aggressive, but for this year, we weren't bad. So overall, absolutely gorgeous green. Yeah, looks really, really nice. So this corn doesn't need anything at all. Well, it needs heat. It's got plenty of moisture down in that, like plenty of moisture. So it just needs some heat and we'll make some bushels out of it. Love it. I was nervous this spring. I won't lie to you guys, but nervous is good, because if you're confident and you think you got it all figured out, life's gonna make sure you know you don't. Got it all put in there. Now we'll clean out this mess that was over here, back drag it, and yeah, we got a pile there that can get spread out. Well, we got to bring the tedder down to, or up to Aaron's place. Then they're going to give me a ride back, and they're going to bring the rake. They also got to use something out of my shop. So in the meantime, as I was waiting for that, started cleaning this pack, and there's so much. There's years and years and years of it. So Norman's sitting on what's left of the pack. I got some of it outside, but we shoveled all that back. There's like a half a foot of just packed manure. I did open the gate to let him out so he could have some, well, he likes the green grass. He's got a little bit of what we baled yesterday, and then grain. So we'll be back, bud. I'm gonna fuel that tractor up. When I get back, I'll finish cleaning that out. I'll give you some fresh bedding. Okay. He's a good calf. But, alrighty, here's what it looks like over here. We got quite, kind of a mess. But let me fuel that tractor up. That way it's full for them because I've been using the fuel out. That's usually how it works. Farms always supply the fuel side of it. Well, rather inconvenient. They're doing some road work still here. They're doing sewer and water, I think, all through town. So they got a stoplight. Once it gets done, it's going to be nice, but the roads are absolutely trash. That's all part of having to dig things up. Well, we're going for it. I don't know if they're getting rid of that whole ledge and everything or what. Pulling in here. Everything's parked up. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I'll back it in somewhere or pull it over here or do something. Chopper, merger, baler. Tedder's now here for them. Ran the tedder up there. Aaron's delivering some bales. I said, well, might as well bring you up the 14. Be good. We'll throw some fuel in it. Rake that one little row at the outside of my house. And in the meantime, from when I went up with the rake to when I came back now, or the tedder, it rained a ½ inch. So just dump the rain gauge out. Wild. Looking good. Honestly, that was a very enjoyable ride. A little wet at one point, but not very bad. Like, nothing too crazy. Shut the key off. Okay. And Aaron's coming up the road with the super liner. The only thing on the 66 on those steps are challenging. But coming in hot. Real hot. I wonder if Yanko behaved. I could hear you barking down the road. All of the red equipment and the hay equipment is gone. I appreciate Aaron and everybody at Double A and Dan for letting me borrow everything, giving me a hand getting stuff rolling. A lot of people have said, why don't you buy a wheel rake, this, that, they're cheap, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you haven't noticed, to do 60 acres, and somebody said it in the comments, why don't you just do a little bit at a time? Well, if you do a little bit at a time, we literally would be here for weeks and weeks and weeks, because you get a slight window to actually get it done. We had 3.5 days of no rain possible, and sure enough, it rained. So weatherman was wrong. You can't rely on that. You just make do with what it is and keep going. Granted, yeah, dry hay is a hot commodity, so got a good figure for it, and it went to a good home, most of it. Some of the other stuff might actually go for some beef cows, even though I'm marketing it as bedding hay, because if you market it as feed value, it shows up at somebody's place and they say, oh, there's some weeds in it, it's really not that great, then you don't look very good. But alrighty, so we're done with grass for now. I don't know if third we're gonna put in the silo, or if we're gonna big bale it, or what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure that out. And we are gonna use the feed in the silo as we're going, but you guys will have to stay tuned for future videos to see that. But alrighty, we are done with that. We got to roll through. We got plenty of projects. Update. Got to do the pickup. Got to work on the pickup. Not having my pickup is kind of a hassle, but at the same point, it means I'm not cruising around, wasting time doing things like that. But we got to work on that. Yes, the Mac has to come apart. Got to pick priorities where we got to be. Yeah, crops are where they're at. We got to rotary mow some. Trying to work on that. Merchandise. Some of it got shipped to my old address, so it's getting brought out to me at the end of the week, instead of shipping it again. And waiting on some of the other stuff, because, well, merchandise people are they say one thing and they do another thing. So I'm pushing hard on that. So I appreciate everybody with the patience. As far as the pre-order stuff, the order was big, and yeah, they dragged their feet on some things. But alrighty, that's enough. We got bales, we got grass done, the sun is shining, and we gotta park that out of the way. But appreciate you guys watching along, like and subscribe and being part of the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.